I'm a theater person. I love the stage. I love performing, singing, dancing. I love all of it. But as I've gotten older, I haven't had time. You know, I work a full-time job. I go to school full-time, and I just don't have the time to commit to a production as much as I would love to. But you know, adulting, it sucks, but you got to do it, and that's where I guess cosplay comes in for me, and why I love doing it so much. You know, is it gives me that outlet that I don't have anymore. Because I did theater throughout middle school, throughout high school, and I did about 3 years of about 3 years of community college, not community college, community theater. Yeah, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I met so many awesome people, but at the same time, you know, it's just like I don't have the time to commit because most shows are. You spend about a month, 2 months in rehearsals, and then 2 weeks in performances, and then you're into the next show if you choose to try out. And when you know you've got these other priorities on top of that, you're just drained. But cosplay is something that you pick a costume, you research your character if you don't already know your character. You research what you need to do to make the costume, and you get dressed up, you go to a convention, and you're that character for that day or for those few hours that you are in costume. And it's fun, and it's awesome when people are just like, oh, I love your costume, or you're, you know, for me, I do Sailor Moon, so for me it was, oh, your Princess Serenity is amazing, and I love little kids, and when their eyes light up and they want to take a photo with you, and you hand them like your prop or something like that, and I mean, you're holding on to it as well, but it's just that moment that you just make their day.
This makes you super happy?
Months of stress, and I'm like, oh.
And you're here at AX. Wow.
I'm officially in cosplaying. I'm super stoked because, yay. I grew up watching Sailor Moon every morning before school. So it was the 90s Deke dub.
Oh, yeah.
The infamy will live forever on that one.
Hey, guys, come on.
You couldn't catch the door.
How did you find out about cosplay in the first place?
You know, I honestly don't know how it started. I think one of my friends mentioned that, oh yeah, I'm gonna, you know, go dressed up as a character. And I'm just like, oh really, people do that? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then the first one that popped into my mind was like, Princess Serenity, must do.
Here we are at Anime Expo Artist Alley. We are downstairs in the parking garage, as you can tell, because this is the parking garage part of AX. But hey, this is where Artist Alley is now. So I am talking to new people coming to AX. Hi!
I'll give you my business card at the end. I'm Carmilla Joe.
Oh, no worries. So this is your first AX.
Yes, it is.
Describe to me in one word.
One word of AX.
Yes.
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming is a really good word to describe AX.
Yeah. Overwhelming and like both good and bad. Both. I mean, it sucks I don't have a handler with me. But
Don't?
I don't. But there's a lot of people, and it's overwhelming. And it's also because it's also very exciting. There's so much going on, and there's a lot I want to do that I can't fit into everything.
I think there's a different kind of mentality from each coast.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I feel like on the other coast, even big conventions seem like small conventions because nerds are scattered, whereas here it's a lot of concentration of a lot of fans. So everyone comes to these kind of events. It's crazy.
So this is what a cosplay handler does. Hold phones for people who can't hold things. of the fandom before that?
I thought it was like really a bunch of nerds and geeks.
They are nerds and geeks.
Yeah, but like in a sad way.
Oh,
And
in a
then-
sad way.
I'm just telling you what I thought.
Okay.
And then I thought maybe that the content was like mature. I didn't know anything, especially about anime cosplay. I didn't know anything. And that's really why I wanted to come, because I wanted to understand what my son is into. You know, I don't believe in hampering or holding back his creativity, but I also don't believe in just letting him go and not monitoring what he does or not know. I want to be a part of it.
Exactly.
If it's important to him. So I was a little nervous, and I thought that it would be kind of a freak show, and I thought that I would not feel comfortable or welcome, because again, I knew nothing. And when we first came, I was like, oh, this is crazy. Who are all these people? I don't know what they're dressed up as, and they're so into it. But then I noticed people in the parking lots with sewing kits, and some people had sewing machines, and I mean, they were crafting their costumes and the detail that was going into it. I was like, this is amazing, and they're doing this in the parking lot. And then I went in and I saw how passionate people were and excited, and I realized everyone was really excited to share like their experience with you. They want you to take pictures, they want you to ask about their costumes, their art, you know, their interests. I went to the panels and saw how excited the people were for the panels, and you know, there is some iffy stuff as a parent that I see, but I came to really appreciate the convention vibe, and what I love most is how open the community is. You can come and you can be whoever you want for a few days. There's no freaks here, you know? You can be as crazy or as downplayed as you like. The point is to be you. And a lot of people here, you see, like, they don't feel like they belong in their regular lives.
Right.
They struggle to find a place or a community, but here, like, they're not weird, they're not out there, they're not anything, they're like normal.
How are the lines?
Bigger than ever.
So it's basically line con everywhere.
Line con everywhere. Even in the bathroom, cafeteria, photo shoots, anything. You know, just get ready. Bring a chair at least. You know, chair.
I think mostly you just have to have a plan. Like, you have to plan everything out, because that's what we did.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. We
had
wrote it all down.
Yeah, we looked in the the magazine, like see what things at the times they were,
right,
where it's gonna be,
right,
when we should line up for that stuff.
And if you do have stuff planned, you should line up like maybe 30 to an hour early.
Depending on.
Especially if they're huge panels,
then
you want to get there early.
Like,
okay. Don't say lines.
No. It'll always be the cosplay. And the cosplayers.
The cosplay and the rave was really
good. It gets better every year, and everybody's so nice. Like, you can't beat that.
Don't worry about the money. If you want to go to AX, yes, it is going to be expensive, but do it. It's so worth your time, so worth the money. It's like everything that you dreamed of. If you're from Toronto and you're getting a little bit, if you want to spice up your con life, go to AX.
Close. There we go.
There you are. Wow, so there you are in the book.
Yeah.
Do you remember that moment?
Yeah, actually I do. Yeah.
That was Otakon, right?
Yes, Otakon 2013.
2013. Tell me about the costume you have on that one right there.
That was my second costume ever.
Second costume ever that you handmade?
Yep. I learned a lot from this one. Don't use hot glue.
Don't use hot glue.
Go to the pinch, but don't use hot glue.
Don't use hot glue.
Never on fabric.
So what else have you noticed about AX this year?
I noticed there's a lot more amateur cosplayers. People are willing to like take the time, find the costume, the prop, pattern it out, and then wear them. That's a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage for someone to make something and then put it on and then come out to a bunch of thousands of people in
wear it.
Summer. Yeah, it's crazy, and that's great. We need more of those people.
This is the infamous Rocket Hammer. He fights he's a bounty hunter and he kills these giant cyborgs. And the gag is when he goes to swing the hammer, he presses the button which ignites an engine, which gives them a little extra momentum to tear their heads off.
Right.
All foam. This is 2-inch foam. I stacked. I had some 2-inch out 200. I stacked, glued it together, and I took it to a belt sander to get the tapered bit. But from here on, it's a format foam I just rolled, made a tube, and then made these guys again 1/2 inch EVA foam that is dremelled, sanded, and cut. Thin bit of craft foam with a piece of brass tube, made little rivets. This is actually a piece of plastic I molded from a toy gun thing I wanted to make, so I just thought that'd be perfect for the engine, so I just glued that in there. So this from here on down foam, PVC pipe, and a little trick that my buddy Bill Duran told me when you do cosplay.
Making sure to break apart? Yeah, yeah.
So I can transport it because trying to go through with anything this big, gotta make sure. So it's got a PVC pipe inside, so. And of course this is all foam as well. And over here, they were done of craft foam. This is TNT Cosplay foam. It's smooth on both sides.
TNT Cosplay?
TNT Cosplay supply. They make foam.
Oh, okay.
And they have a thin quality foam that's smooth on both sides, really dense. It's like EVA without the texture. And they gave me 5mm foam, and I was able to make the arms out of that. So it's like fun.
Yeah, so both arms.
This is so crazy.
And I patterned off her arms and using duct tape, duct tape and saran wrap.
Yeah,
made patterns. And I made her hands.
It looks really amazing.
The knee pads are sweet.
Oh, I did not see the knee pad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're real cool.
Okay, now I feel like I want to do a photo shoot with you guys at some point. 3 years later.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that day?
I remember.
I would say that's probably the most organized cosplay session we've ever had.
We had all the like reference images, and we were like,
I
okay,
remember
this is
specifically that we were trying really hard to impress him, even though we didn't know what we were doing.
You don't need to impress me.
Yes, that was the very first time that we actually had a full of different references, and probably one of the most easiest pre-cosplay things.
Yeah, we had everything planned out.
And everything.
So basically, just imagine I'm coming over all the time, and then you be prepared.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we should do.
I met you before at ALA.
Yeah.
Did you do that ALA? I met you. You got a lot taller. Oh my God.
I burned my finger real bad.
Oh my God.
Glue gun. Yeah, it sucked. And then I punched the floor and I have this bruise. It was really swollen yesterday, but it swelled down. And under my face paint and wig, I have a mark because I hot glued something to my wig.
What? No, it's probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea.
I had nothing to hold the wig, so I was like, she's underneath me with a fan, like, dear God.
That's so crazy.
I saw the movie on the YouTube and it's just like it reminded me of like movies I watched growing up, like all those 80s like crazy out there movies. Like, oh, I gotta do this, you know.
So how's the reaction here at this convention?
So far, like a lot of people are loving it. You know, like I'm surprised how many people actually recognize it and we're like, oh, Kung Fury. So it's been great.
Really?
It's on the sides and it's in the back as well. Okay. I suggest tie backs for this kind of dress because that way you can make this tight.
No, it's not working?
There's a flaw in this plan.
So it works kind of different here at AX. Like for autographs, you actually have to get a ticket. It's a free ticket, but then you have to get a ticket ahead of time. So how does that work? Now you've done this in the past before, right?
Yes, I have once or twice.
Once or twice before. So can you walk us through the process?
So before they open up the doors, you can go ahead to a different area and they have a line for autograph tickets. You have to wait in a certain line, and once you get up there, you ask them which person you want to get the autograph for that day, and then they give you the ticket.
Okay.
And later on, in your time, you line up to a certain area, I think near Artist Alley, if I was right.
Right, autographs is in Artist Alley.
And then it's best to go ahead of time. They have the primary tickets where you're guaranteed one.
Right.
And it's first come, first serve, but then you have standby tickets, or after they do the main people, they're saying, okay, so if you guys also want one, you're not guaranteed one, but you can get in a line in the number order that they give you the tickets.
So how many primary ones are there and how many standby ones are there?
If I was right, primary, there are 75 tickets, and standby was 50. I got a standby one, but I was still able to get an autograph for a jam project, and they were guests here, and they were really nice too.
Literally awesome, terrifying, and would get killed in this way.
laser rifle.
Thank you. My Conan is on her way. I'm waiting for her to get here.
Why do you run like you're running out of time? Why day and night like it's going out of time? Every day you're fighting like it's running out of time.
He even invested in wireless headphones.
So that
Oh.
we can sneak them under the wigs and
Oh!
sing the songs without having to memorize them off the top of our heads.
That's kind of smart.
Yeah.
They're my two favorite characters. I absolutely love Sailor Moon, and Harley is my absolute favorite. So I had to put my two favorite things together, and voila. Reaction. I have a lot of people running up to me. They're like, "Oh my God, we love your costume, Sailor Harley." And then I have a couple people come up, and they're like, "We're not quite sure what you are," but it's really nice when they come up and they ask, and I'm happy to explain it and give them the full show.
She wanted a cosplay for her first year. I was telling her how most of the attractions here is something big,
Right.
something handmade or made beautifully, I guess.
Right.
And since Undertale had come out, we wanted to be Mettaton and Napstaboo. So
At first I didn't want to do
taught
it
her.
because she actually had to show me who Mettaton was. I didn't know Undertale yet, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't want to be Mettaton. But then as the costume was coming here, I was like, yeah, I feel Mettaton. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Like,
You're ready for this?
Yes.
So not only did you go to your first convention, you also cosplayed your first convention.
Yes.
Tell me the whole experience. What was that whole thing
Honestly,
like?
I actually like the pictures. I like the attention that I got because during the first day, the first couple of days, it was kind of like less because less people were here. But as the days went on, like throughout like the hours, everybody was taking like a bunch of pictures, and I'm like, I kind of like the attention. I like to make things big, make people notice me. Like I'm here, you know. I'm my favorite character, so I want you guys to look at me, take pictures of me, you know.
Okay, so my sister got into it first, and she's like, hey, you're gonna like this character called Nico, and she's really bubbly and energetic and tsundere, and like, she does the whole so, and Rachel told me that, oh, of course you're gonna like Nico, but I was like, no, I won't, and then I got into the game, and then I actually do love Nico.
So do you find any difference between West Coast and East Coast cons since you're from Boston?
Yeah, I think quality is a lot different. I think people are more serious on the West Coast, and I think except for like really big conventions like PAX East, where you do see more bigger cosplays, I think the West Coast really takes it seriously, and you see more quality, and there's bigger conventions out here opposed to the East Coast.
My name is Alex, and I really wanted to make a good Digimon, so like Wargreymon was my favorite, but I didn't quite want to start with him because I didn't want to mess it up. So I started with another one, a Goodymon from Digimon Frontier,
right.
And then it looked pretty good, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and try it now. So, and then I made Wargreymon. It was my second Digimon, third cosplay.
UVA foam, and then like hot glue guns. I love hot glue, but like getting the shape right because the helmet, I did it like 3 times to get.
3 times?
Yeah, to get the right proportion and stuff too.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks kind of slightly uncomfortable.
It's a little bit, but it's not as uncomfortable. Like I've been wearing it for a while.
My God, this really is fabulous. Wow, look at that. Nice. That's pretty good, that's pretty good. Oh. You're back on camera. Okay, we'll put both of you guys on camera. So this is it. This is day 4, the end of day 4 actually. Everybody's leaving. So, describe this weekend for me.
Yeah?
Describe this weekend for me.
It's been a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
Without question. There's just
Tiring, very, very, very tired.
Did you expect to be this tired?
Not really, no.
No, actually.
Well, we've done a lot of walking around, so that would explain a lot.
Yeah, I took a nap like right over there about maybe an hour ago for 20 minutes or so. I'm like a cat. I essentially curled up in a sunspot and went to sleep.
How about you? How was your anime expo?
It's been a lot of fun. I got a chance to meet a lot of new people out here, get a chance to talk to some of the cosplayers that I wanted to meet out here. It's been a great experience, and I was looking forward to this trip for a while, trip out here. So very happy with the result.
Awesome. What was the worst part of AX?
What was the
Worst part.
of AX? About how expensive everything was out here for the food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, granted.
That was a bit of a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it's conventions. It is what it is. But it's with all the options out here. You're going to spend some money, especially over the course of 4 days.
What about a dealer room? How are the prices compared to dealer rooms back home?
Actually, it's
very similar.
It's about the same, actually.
Yeah, very similar.
I actually got away with spending just about the same amount of money as I would anywhere else. So.
Huh. Did you see some of the same vendors at your local con here?
Yes, actually, I did.
Yes.
Some of the vendors I normally keep up with are here. One of the big ones is because I tend to buy video games a lot. Video Games New York is.
Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, those guys are everywhere. They're even in Canada too.
Yeah, but they cater to so many people, and what they've got, not a whole lot of people carry. So.
Wow. So, what memory will you go home with? What's your best memory? Just a slice of this weekend.
Just the simple fact that we travel across the country to come here. Simple enough.
Yeah.
It's something I've never done before. Never come out to California, and I love it out here. It's beautiful.
Move out here. Move out here.
Again, I can't afford it.